Four Lakes is a really good map. I think it is. I don't want to like put my rubber stamp and say it is the single best water map in the game, but it's up there for me. Like it really is.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of civs have a lot of potential on this map. So
I do enjoy Four Lakes quite a bit.
now, if only Delhi could just be a bit better. I just don't see Delhi keeping up with like either of those two civs on water very well.
Yeah, Delhi has their place though. I've been defeated by some Delhi on water on canal, taking an L to them. But we're going to Mongolian Heights.
Wow, this is a map I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, quite a bit. We're taking a look at Avely right now as the English, with Dragevann as the Ayyubids on the other side of the river here.
And right off the rip, we've got a dock coming out for Dragevann. I don't know if we have one coming out for Avely, though. I don't see any vills making their way that way. Nope.
Oh, they're there.
Right there.
They're going to be neighbors.
Right there.
They're going to fight over the same fish nodes here. Right in the middle of the map.
I live on a river. And it really feels like that when it's like fishing season. They all just kind of group up in the same little spots. Like, dude, there's a whole river here. And you chose the little fishing ponds right next to me. In Alaska, they call that combat fishing when they're all like in a row fishing in like the same spot.
Well, we're going to see some actual combat mixed in with the fishing as
Yes,
soon as our players get up to feudal here.
I wonder if the speed. So Dragevann got out there a lot faster than Avely. I mean, he's basically gonna have one fishing boat up over Avely in this time frame. I wonder if that's gonna affect the age up time.
Potentially. I mean, we also do have Ayyubids as one of the players, and they can certainly invest in the advancement wing and shave off a little bit more time. In their feudal
do you
push.
go for that in this instance, though? I can't pretend to be like I love Ayyubids and I play a lot of them, but I don't play a lot of them on hybrid maps. They're just not my favorite for that kind of thing. So I'm really curious to see what Dragevann does with that.
Yeah, we'll certainly find out what the play is.
Give you enough of an advantage. Maybe it would. Because he who gets like the military ship out first is probably going to control water, I'd assume.
Yeah, especially with the docks this close. It's going to be difficult. I mean, you can dock on a different portion of the river if you get knocked off of the central spot here. But by that time, your opponent will already have naval units right in the river, probably patrolling, looking to see where you're going to drop that other dock.
Lots of wood coming in for Dragevann. Lots of wood for Avely. Although I will say the difference here is that Avely is gathering food from their sheep as well, whereas Dragavann's only eating fish and has gone full pescatarian here.
Yeah, that could definitely delay the age up here. Dragevann still hasn't made a play for gold quite yet. So it's looking like Avely's going to be the first to feudal at our current pace.
I wonder about that. I feel like it's one thing if you want to go for it. Oh, they say
yeah,
that,
he's aging up already.
Yeah.
Man, the Ayyubids.
That is a really. I was gonna say that was my question. That if he's just going for the food there, doesn't need the extra gold if he hits advancement, and that's what he's going for. Double dock coming out for Avely, excuse me, and a barracks being put up by Dragevann right next to the dock. Ooh, this is gonna be a fascinating age 2 in a second. And there it is at 348. That is lightning fast for Ayyubids. And Council Hall just now being dropped. That's got to feel so bad as Avely, when realizing what's coming. Now, your eco's a little behind. I mean, Dragevann doesn't have a lot behind this right now. It's going to take a moment to get any kind of feudal units. But as I say that, the Dow is already coming up and is scheduled in. So it's going to pop out in about 10 seconds. This timing is going to work, I think.
Yeah, even with 6 on the Council Hall, it is going to be a minute before Avely's able to advance.
I'm taking notes over here. I hope you know that. Like, as an Ayyubids guy, I'm like, well, now I know how to play on Mongolian Heights, because this is, I don't know how one would stop this other than being Mongols and doing some Dark Age shenanigans to beat this out. But this is insanely good. And a ram right there. Wow. Brilliant game plan from Dragevann here.
Yeah, he's got that macro under control.
If you're Avely and you weren't expecting something like this is going to just feel like you're getting steamrolled, I imagine.
That's rough. Council Hall still not there. Maybe 85% at this point.
Well, it's going to be up, and the longbows pop out really fast too. I mean, that battering ram's going to get in there. This game's not over. Yeah, we see a couple longbows being queued up. There's only one Dark Age Spearman, and that ram's going to be a problem. But if they get there in time, first one's on the way. This is going to be pretty close. That ram's not quite. We're going to have, I mean, what do you call it when a ram does like the doubt keep thing? We call this the Dragevann? I don't want to.
Oh, it's up.
No, it's up.
Another spear came out of the barracks just in time.
The Dragevann build now is what it's going to forever be called, as this is going to work and going to take down the dock. Wow, that was like perfect timing.
Yeah, calculated all the way. I mean,
yeah, no, a bunch of doubters in the chat not thinking it would work, and Dragevann proving all of us wrong, saying, "No, I've got this, guys." I mean, what a wonderful play. I mean, it's brilliant. It really does feel like he just knows exactly what he wants to do here. I mean, he's just claimed water. He has it now. I'm not sure what Avely can do about this right now.
Yeah,
we do see a lot of stone coming in from Avely right now. I mean, they've got that's six villagers. Sorry, 8. I can't read today. That's 8 vills on stone for Avely.
I mean, you've lost water. I don't think there's any way you can get this river back. So
are we looking for like a second
go
town
into a
center
second
then?
TC to at least stop the eco bleeding? Dragevann coming around with his scout.
I'm looking at. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Dragevann coming around with his scout, trying to see what Avely's up to. Not quite sure if he's able to see the stone just yet. Coming around the back side of the base here, into the stealth forest.
I want to believe that longbows could have done pretty well into this still, because there's not anywhere else for those fishing boats to go. Because Dragevann doesn't have much military behind this. He's getting some horsemen now, so a couple spears to defend the longbows and just massing longbows could have been a good answer here, I suppose. The second town center is going to delay any kind of catching up, at least. So for now, Dragevann, I think, remains in the driver's seat.
Certainly a strong position out of the gate. Perfect timing with the Ayyubids there. Be able to get that ram up. Able to get that one archer ship out. And hit feudal so fast. Longbows coming in, looking to at least pick off one of these fishing ships. Although archer ship coming in to defend. Fishing ship able to make it inside of the dock. Likely heal that back up.
Dragavann's got a couple horses out, though. That could deal with those longbows. There's not quite enough of them. Wheelbarrow coming out. Second town center placed on the gold. Dragevann does see that. He's going to lose a scout to that if he's not careful. No. Stays alive. I'm definitely worried for Avely here. I don't know that there's enough. 2 town centers is great and all, but that's a lot of fishing eco that's been going for Dragevann. Now, Dragevann still is a ways from castle, so there's not going to be a crazy tech up anytime in the next minute at least. But looking at the food a minute, though, 600 a minute is about 400.
Yeah, I mean, the difference in eco units is already massive. Horseman not going to be able to get any damage in quite yet with just how compact this English base is. Avely's got a stable at this point. Looking for some horsemen of his own. Get some counter raids going. Maybe pick off some villagers on land.
I don't know about these horsemen. They're kind of pricey. What are you gonna do? Dive the English base? I know all about how that doesn't work.
Yeah, we did see a scout get queued up and then canceled.
I mean, anyone who listens to the podcast knows my opinion on feudal horsemen right now. Especially in the English. This seems like a bit of an overinvestment from Dragevann. I don't know what kind of value you're going to get from this. That said, there's not a lot behind Avely's like military. All they have is the 6 archers, but still, the TC fire is definitely something. I mean, it only takes 1 barracks and a couple spears to push this away.
Dragevann waiting until Iron Undermesh is researched. Scout coming up into position. Gonna look for the best opening into the base, but the Scout's gonna find the longbows. Immediately get taken out, and here is the push with the horsemen into the English base here.
That is a lot of horsemen. I mean, when you have 12 horsemen to 6 longbows, that's not looking good for the longbows. That said, the town center fire diving between the TCs feels a little unnecessary. Getting a couple of picks, though. Getting a lot of villager picks.
Yeah, look at that. Able to clean up the longbows as well. There's no room in either of the TCs, and now we see a white tower coming out to try to defend. Last-ditch effort here. TC's still whittling away those horsemen as more come in for reinforcements.
11 villager kills, though.
Yeah.
This feels like an all or nothing. I think the horseman timed it. No way. I mean, that said, though, the town center fire is just going crazy, but the amount of eco damage, 14 villagers killed. He does have the +1 range defense and no +1 range damage from English.
Yeah, and even if this white tower goes up, I mean, he's losing vills, but all these villagers have been idle for the past minute or so. We've got one guy chopping wood over here, but that is about it.
All Avely needed was a couple spears. A couple spears, and this never happens.
Well, here's the pull, trying to get that white tower up.
It's not even half done. And then again, the sad thing is that to get this pulled off, I mean, just building a barracks and literally 2-3 spears would have taken care of this, I think. But I think that's game. That's just so much eco damage. That's 25 villagers killed.
Yeah.
This is what I wish would happen in all my Ayyubids games against English.
Well, next patch, let's hope Mongolian Heights is back in the ranked pool for you.
I know how I'm doing it now. I mean, I know exactly what to do now. Just gotta have perfect timing on the ram. Just gotta go mass horseman, I guess, into English and just dive the 2 TCs over the white tower. I definitely feel like when I do that, it does not work. But I mean, kudos to Dragevann. He is making it look like he knows exactly what he wants to do here. I mean, he's up to 70 eco to 20. There's no way.
This white tower actually may finish here. But at what cost? Avely down to 10 vills.
That was... wow. I mean, Avely's 2 TC, right? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that said, this is a much more defendable position now, but you got 10 villagers.
What are you defending?
There's the soil, okay? It's the English soil that is, I guess, consecrated above all else that he must defend. Oh, Kaivaru, that's funny. This is what we historically call a castle into GG, and I couldn't agree more. The horseman just like looking for another spot to attack. Right at this point, though, Dragevann could just castle up himself. He's got the food.
Yeah, we'll have the gold in just a second here.
Avely's got 13 vills and 5 of them are idle.
So we do see a castle play here. Oh, we got the bazaar.
Wow, I don't think I've ever actually clicked on this landmark. Oh, no. This is the gambling.
Yeah.
Of course I have. I've clicked on this all the time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
I haven't seen it for a bit,
I thought it was something different for a second. Yeah, no, that's going gamble wing. Wow. Into the bazaar. That's great. I mean, what a I feel like that's just like a YOLO click. Like, I can just go for this. I just kind of win. Like, you just need to be castle at that point. I mean, look at these horsemen. At this point, Dragavann's just waiting to get like a trebuchet or even just a couple rams.
Yeah, just needs a siege unit at this point. Avely gonna secure a relic here, which is something.
I mean, honestly, Avely really could use it. I mean, that's huge right there. That's getting some of your villagers back. I don't see a pathway back into this game. I really don't.
No, I don't either. As soon as that castle hits.
How many horsemen does it take to burn down a white tower?
It's a good question. We might find out today. Do you see Avely sending one knight over to the Ayyubids base, looking for some eco damage, but he has alerted the horsemen who are coming home.
How much damage would that one knight have to do to make this game even? I mean, there's no way I've ever seen one unit get 60 villager kills, right?
Dragevann looking to pull off the surround. There it is.
Oh no. I'm not even sure why Avely's still. I mean, in the nicest way. Like, I don't know what you're holding on to here in this game.
I mean, this is an elimination game.
I guess it's fair.
Or no, he'd be bumped down to losers bracket. So,
I think you just take the L on this one. I really do. I mean, even if your opponent disconnects, I think we all would agree that Dragevann won this game already. Yeah. I don't think there's a question in anybody's mind.
Ooh, we got a big boy.
Oh. Towers up for Dragevann. Tower of the Sultan. If the gamboing was a flex, this thing is just showing off now, you know? Man, look at that.
Yeah, he just needed a siege unit, and coming in with the biggest siege unit of them all.
I love it.
Big
I love this.
Tower.
This has been a textbook way to play this. I mean, I just have to wonder, though, if that ram hadn't completed right when it did, how different of a game would we have right now? It's killing the scout.
This is beautiful.
This is the most wonderful thing. Horseman just got upgraded. I love everything about this. I didn't realize I loved Ayyubids this much, but I love them so much for this. This is just the greatest thing. And there's the GG. Yeah. Wow, that thing just one-tapped it.
Tower into tower. Good game. That was very, very well played by Dragevann. Had his opening on point.
That was like amazing. That was a perfect opening for that. I mean, I'm speechless. That was such a great way to open the game. Such a wonderful play. And you know, I feel for Avely because I'd be in the same boat if I were playing as English into Ayyubids in that matchup. I'd be just like, what? I would be completely blindsided by that.